A tourist bus in the Kashmir Valley. An explosion. Panic. This nightmare became reality on April 22, 2025. 26 people, mostly Hindu pilgrims from other parts of India, were killed in a surprise attack in Pahalgam, a scenic spot in Indian-administered Kashmir. It was the deadliest anti-India attack there in years. India immediately blamed militants backed by Pakistan for the assault. A wave of outrage and fear swept across both nations. After the Pahalgam attack, India's leaders vowed a strong response. Within days, on May 7th, the Indian military struck terrorist infrastructure sites across the line of control. Indian planes and missiles hit 9 locations in Pakistan and Pakistan-controlled Kashmir, which New Delhi said housed militants linked to the Pahalgam attack. This was India's first deep strike into Punjab since the 1971 war. India's defence minister emphasised that the strikes were precise and tried to avoid civilian harm. Pakistan immediately countered that its forces had shot down several Indian jets and drones. Islamabad claimed India had hit mosques and homes and vowed retaliation for innocent Pakistani lives lost. Pakistan's leadership warned that any attack on its soil, even threats against its water, would be treated as an act of war. Across the line, armies and civilians braced for escalation. Sirens blared and anti-missile flares lit up the skies in border towns like Jammu. Border skirmishes are deadly. Reports say nearly 50 people died in the first 2 days of fighting. Families on both sides have lost loved ones. Villages in Kashmir faced blackouts as power plants shut down for safety. Amid the military standoff, India took an extraordinary step on April 28, 2025. It suspended the Indus Waters Treaty. That 1960 agreement, brokered by the World Bank, has guaranteed the flow of rivers to Pakistan for generations. Under the treaty, the mighty Indus and its tributaries originating in India bring water to Pakistani farms and power plants. Pakistan says cutting off this flow would be a direct assault on its economy and people. India, however, argued that suspending the treaty was a response to cross-border terrorism. Pakistan's government warned that any attempt to block or divert its rivers will be considered an act of war. By late April, Pakistan's leaders said they would challenge India's move in international courts. Islamabad is even considering a legal appeal to the World Bank and the International Court of Justice. Pakistan stresses the treaty has no provision for unilateral suspension. India and Pakistan have a long, painful history of conflict. Since splitting from Britain in 1947, they've fought 3 wars, 2 of them over Kashmir. Yet the Indus Waters Treaty survived earlier wars, earthquakes, and flood disputes. It was often hailed as the one piece of cooperation that never broke, even when armies were in trenches. In India's Jammu region, travellers stay home as sirens echo and troops stand guard on roads. Families of the Pahalgam victims mourn, while communities on both sides fear a larger war. Global leaders are urging calm, warning that any misstep between nuclear-armed neighbours could be catastrophic. For now, guns and drones have given way to tense diplomacy. India says it will not tolerate cross-border terror and will respond if attacked. Pakistan says it will defend its sovereignty on all fronts, water and land. International mediators are being sought, but both sides remain defiant. Through it all, we must remember the human angle. This is about more than tanks and treaties. It's about people's lives. It's the victims in Kashmir, the farmers along the Indus, the soldiers at the border, and families hoping for peace. Keep watching, because every new development could reshape South Asia's future. Comment below with your thoughts and share this story to help others understand this crisis.